Hi, this is Denise with Paper Crafty. In my last video, I shared with you a stamp set that I used to make tickets. And we're doing a giveaway right now for a small stamp set like that. But I started feeling kind of bad because there aren't, I can't seem to find this particular stamp set anywhere any longer. I purchased it years ago. And so, you know, there are other stamp sets on the market. Tim Holtz has some that are fabulous. I really love them. But, you know, if you don't have his die set, they're a little bit more fussy to cut out. So I wanted to go ahead and make something super simple and versatile that people could use with any of their printables. So I made these tickets that fit a whole page. I did them in black, and they are sequential, so they're not all the same number like you'd have in a with a stamp. And you can print that on any of your printables. So you can, you know, print out your journaling background page and then print this over the top to make tickets that match your project. And what I like to do is I double side print them, because, you know, you might not want 45 tickets or 44 tickets of the same color. So that way, you know, I can have, you know, as many of these as I'd like, and then as many of this color as I'd like, okay? And I also noticed, I was looking at these tickets. These are just from a roll that I purchased. And I noticed that both of the colors, both of the white and the pink had a pink outline and black numbers. So I went ahead and I made a pink version as well. So it has the pink outline and the black numbers. And again, I printed that on a sheet of 8.5 by 11 paper. I did this over a printable. The previous was from Cara Brandon Creations, her honeybees and lavender kit, and this is from Dear Julie. Julie's. I'll link the kits below that I used. So this is one side, and then I printed on the other side. And some of these you can see they don't show up really well where it gets really, really busy. But there's, you know, on those areas I might, you know, use this side instead. But in other areas it's quite pretty. It's really lovely to have a few little flowers, or some of the lighter areas where they have flowers. So, so that's the other option. So that's a pink one. And then I realized, you know, that's a lot of tickets for one page. So I went ahead and I made half pages of them, of each color, so that, you know, you can print out your printable double-sided, and then, you know, print your tickets on half. You know, I printed this background sheet on the other side and printed on this half, and then this half of the paper I can make a pocket or an insert or whatever I want for my journal. I just cut it off right here, and then I have all that paper to use in my journal. And then I have, oh, what is this, 20 yeah, 20 tickets here. So I could have 10 of this pattern, and then maybe 10 of this pattern, or however, you know, whatever mix I want. I mean, I can use whichever side I want as the project goes along. So that's another option. I really like that this can match any project, you know, any paper for any project that you're working on. It's really versatile. And then, you know, you can also do something like this. Like this was a scrapbook piece of paper that I bought, I think at Hobby Lobby. It's just single-sided, and I just did half of the black and then half of the pink, you know, and they're a little bit different, but they're both really pretty. You can, of course, do it just on plain copy paper. That turns out really nice too. You can do it on scrapbook paper. You can do it on file folder. I really love the tone of this with the pink and this creamy yellow background. And then I think this might be what I'm most excited about. I did it on this, I don't know if you can see, but this is like a shimmery, this is one of the shimmer stacks from Michaels, and I did it on the white one. And it doesn't smear or anything. I was super excited, and I do not have, you know, my printer is nothing exceptional, so it's just a regular inkjet printer, HP. So I'm super excited that it printed on this and it's not smearing or anything. I did it also on the silver, and that's much lighter, but you know, you might be able to, you know, maybe just do it in black instead of the pink. But you know, you kind of get the idea. There's some different options there, but I really love the way this white one particularly turned out. Okay, I'm back because I thought I was most excited about printing these tickets on this glitter cardstock until I remembered that I have a black laser, just a black and white laser printer, and I could print them on the laser printer and gold foil them. And that's what I did. This is just my regular, this is a very smooth 32-pound printer paper that I use for all of my digitals. And oh my gosh, this turned out so beautiful. I double-sided it. And you know, there's a couple little spots where it didn't get foiled, you know, because that happens sometimes with the mink. But oh my goodness, I am so excited. I've actually never seen the mink do such a uniform job on foiling before. And I think it's because this paper is so beautifully smooth. So of course I did that just on the regular, this was my test sheet, and I think I love this one the best, to tell you the truth. But I did it on some pink vellum. This one I could only do one-sided. I mean, I used rose gold foil on this one, on these pink vellum ones. And this I can only do one side because it, you know, would have shown through the, you know, the numbers would have shown through because they're mirror images of each other. So the numbers would not have lined up unless I mirror imaged them, which would look weird on the back anyway. So anyway, I just did the one side, but this is just, I love the way that turned out too. That's nice and smooth, and these little rose gold tags on the vellum turned out beautiful. I also did it on Printable, and this is Kara Brandon's, this was one of the digital sheets she did for the 5 Days of Valentine Digi collaboration with Dear Julie Julie. And I did it half in the regular gold and half in this rose gold. And you can see right here, I trimmed the rose gold foil and it missed a spot right here, but I'll just use, you know, I'll cut them so I just use half of the ticket. So I won't waste them, trust me. But oh, I don't know if you can see that, if it's showing up in the light, how gorgeous they turned out. Oh my goodness, I am so excited. And I did the two-sided. This is the other collage she did for that collaboration project with Dear Julie. And look at that. Holy cow, I am just beside myself with glee and how great these turned out. I'm so excited. So, you know, of course, I'm always pushing the limits and trying something new and different. And I wanted to see what it would look like on black. And I have to say, I'm really happy with these two. This is a black cardstock, and it is not as smooth as this printer paper that I have, the white printer paper. And so this, just the foiling was just gorgeous on it. This one, you can see it's a little bit, there's definitely other spots where the foiling took. I amped up the heat a little bit on this because it was a little thicker, so maybe I didn't need to do that. I'll have to experiment more with this particular cardstock and foiling. And then the back is textured, so you're gonna see that the foiling is not as pristine on this side, but it has more like a grungy kind of look. And if you know me, I love grunge too, so I'm actually pretty excited about that as well. I think there's definitely a use for that kind of a look. And then I also did it on some craft cardstock. I wanted to see how that would turn out. I wasn't as wowed with the white foil that I did. It really wasn't quite as smooth as the gold. And again, the craft is not as smooth as this white. I mean, this is more what I'm used to seeing, where there's spots that the gold doesn't, there's black showing through. But this one, oh my goodness, I can't believe how well the foil took to that. But, this will be fun too. I mean, I definitely will use these in projects, but it's definitely a little bit more of a grungy look. But, a lot of fun. So, just experimenting on different medium and trying some different things. And, I have to say these tags are super versatile. I'm super excited with the possibilities, and, I'm looking forward to using them in projects. Okay, so when you go to, when you want to use these, you follow the same process as you would, a very similar process as you would to using the stamp. So, first things first, you've got to cut off the excess here. Okay, and then you can use that for another project. You do that with both sides. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, you see these quote unquote real tickets. They're not even at all. This side's much, bigger, thicker than this side. The kitties are going nuts. Sorry. I cut off the edges, and then I take my cutting board. I just got this at Daiso. For $1.50. It's just a small portable one, and my Tim Holtz ruler, and I line this up at like the 1/8 mark. I take this instead of doing it right up to the edge, I go about this 1/8 mark and line that up along the pink lines here. And then I take my We Are Memory Keepers perforated cutter, and I have to hold down the ruler pretty hard, and then I go along the line there. And I do the same thing on each edge. designed these tickets so that there's enough room between each ticket that you just need one swipe. So you don't need to do more trimming than that. It just makes it easier to cut these out. Okay, so I go through all of these, just like that. You know, for this one, you know, I don't necessarily want all of these tickets at once, so I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, do the perforated edge, make sure it's bent, and then I'll tear it off. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on here. And this is thicker cardstock, so you're gonna get a little different effect than you would with, you know, thinner paper. And this I can just keep in my stash and set aside for when I want, you know, more tickets in this color. But say for today, I just want this, you know, this many tickets in this color, or maybe I only want one or two. So I cut 2. There we go. I'm all set. I've got 2 little tickets here. I get my We Are Memory Keepers multi-hole punch, and I'm using the 1/4 inch circle hole punch. And I just line that up in there. I don't know if you can see that, but I take about that much off each time, off of each of the corners. Just kind of center that little point right in the hole. Squeeze. And it makes that nice little ticket shape. And you know, you can you can ink up the edges with, you know, archival ink, or not. You know, and I think they look pretty good. They're kind of fun. And this is that shimmery paper. And this is the file folder. So, anyway, I hope that you enjoyed these. I will have these printables in my Etsy shop, and they can be found for I'm gonna keep them at a pretty reasonable price. And hopefully, you know, you'll be able to use them and be able to make tickets that match whatever kit you happen to be working with at the time. So I think they'll be really useful and versatile printables. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment and subscribe. This is Denise with Paper Crafty. Thanks so much for watching, and craft on.